Well, Wally here, guys. Wally here on Red Branch Bushcraft. It's a little bit, it's a little bit different tonight. Let me just. I forgot to do my test. Forgot to do everything else. So, so we'll just see how things progress. Let me see now. Camera, of course, all over the place. Nothing is set up. What does that do? So, how's it going? How's everybody getting on? You're very welcome to Red Branch Bushcraft Live on Friday night. We don't do these very often. I thought maybe it was time that we got one under our belt because Peppy, you're very welcome, buddy. Because we are coming to the end of the summer, and I just want to talk about some gear and let's talk about outdoor gear and clothes and what I have been using over the summer and what I have been finding beneficial over the summer. Bit last minute, guys, I know, but you know, if it doesn't work out according to plan, we can always fly back into Wally's World and get some chainsaw talk going, as we like to do on a Friday evening, talk about chainsaws and stuff. But guys, I actually had intended to do this live from Red Branch, live from the cabin. But as you can see, it's actually pitch dark outside. So it's pitch dark and it has been lashing rain all day. And it's just like I went down to Red Branch this afternoon after work, and I was just like, it's just not really where you want to be right now. Not until I get the stove installed and get it weathered in properly, you know. So hopefully that'll be in 2 weeks. I'll be doing that. So, but other than that, it has been a very quiet week. Peppy, what have you been up to? Hello from Germany. Hello to Germany. I hope you guys are all well over there and you aren't having any more crazy weather. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll see who else comes online, and then we will get this party started. So, gear, guys. Gear. My favorite thing to talk about. Gear. Bushcraft gear, chainsaw gear, waterproof jackets, axes, knives, you name it. I love it. Love it. So what have we got? I have a little selection of stuff in front of here, in front of myself here, guys. I just want to talk about. And this is my, how would I put this? This is like my, what has been in my hand all summer. So I just finished up. You know, I still have pine sap in my hands. I just finished up 7 weeks. 7 weeks of bushcraft camp. So new camp every week. And what I am coming up to the summer and stuff like that, I generally start looking out for gear that I think will be good for those weeks of bushcraft camp. And if it is not, you know, and I try it out, because bushcraft camp is tough. It's tough on gear. So because you're there in all weathers. Like for the last 3 weeks, we have had a lot of rain. So I've been working on testing stuff out in the rain, you know. So the things that I have been testing, two of the biggest items I have been testing has been the Bushcraft outdoor trousers and the Bushcraft windproof smock, guys. Anorak. They call it an anorak. We call it a smock, you know, because over your head, doesn't have a zip at the front, zips up at the sides and stuff. I have it right here, guys, and I want to talk a little bit about that because it is something that has excelled, absolutely top quality, guys. I gotta say it. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna put this down. I haven't done a review video yet. I haven't done a 4 or 5 month review yet, but I've been wearing this smock. Let's see if I can get some lights on here. No. Siobhan, you flick that light downstairs there and see if it comes on. No. There, that's it. So this is it here, guys. You've seen my review of this, okay? So big kangaroo pouch, fleece lined hand warming pockets. They class this as a windproof smock, and I am going to tell you right now that this is extremely capable as a windproof smock, and it is in fact a waterproof smock, guys. It is not. I have not treated this in any way, shape, or form. And when I think back to the times that I had in Red Branch wearing the Garpethan smock, which costs at least €100. Thanks, Pappy. Thank you. I don't know if this is going to be the right type of content for them, but sure, listen, we'll crack on anyway. So this, I haven't treated this, right? It's just a very, very finely woven poly cotton mix smock. Okay, it's quite lightweight, but this, I've lived in this for I've actually lived in it for 2 months before that, but I've lived in that for 7 weeks, guys, in the piss and rain, right? And it is very, very, very good. Okay, and now I'm not talking about a Gore-Tex fabric or a waterproof membrane or anything like that. It has none of those things. It's just cotton, polyester and cotton blend. Okay, and what I have, it is, right, put it like this, right? I wore the Garpethan one, and I remember one day it was raining and I got soaked, absolutely soaked. Might as well have just been wearing a t-shirt, and that was sort of, that was one of the straws that broke the camel's back when it came to Garpethan, and it came to me doing that review of how I couldn't recommend the Garpethan gear. That from Borstelika is the opposite. That thing is class, absolute class. Now, guys, I'm going to wax it. I'm going to finish up my last week next week, and then I'm going to wax that, and I'm going to bang that on for the winter as well, and see how I get on. But guys, it has exceeded expectations, massively exceeded expectations, guys. Really, really, really has. I'm surprised. Also, the outdoor trousers, guys. Now, I'm not going to get up and let these look at my bum again. I'm not going to do that, guys. The outdoor trousers are the same. They are really, really good. Excellent. And I purposely don't wash this stuff for the whole time of testing, so that here, my dogs are about to start fighting. Bruno, come here. So I purposely don't wash this stuff when I'm testing, for the initial testing phase, guys, because I want to be kneeling down, and I want the dirt to be getting into the fibers, and I want it all to be wearing, and I want to see what happens. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say I'm 7 weeks without washing these trousers. Oh, Jesus, they could run the sessions on their own, But they are holding up very, very well, I have to say. Like, no issue whatsoever. Both these items cost around £60. I know for some people it's not really budget, but when you think about what per Fjallraven trousers cost, or the Garpethan stuff again, Fjallraven trousers are going to set you back about £130. Garpethan is quite expensive as well. So, the stuff's excellent. It's excellent. I can't go on about it enough. It really, really is. I have been living in it. I have been pushing it as hard as I can. So that's all I want to cover about that. Dear the dogs. Bruno, you leave her alone. They're growling at each other. One is deaf and blind, and the lights are off down there, and they're probably eating out the same bowl and growling at each other. Let's look at these. The sharp and pointy things, guys, like you all like. This is the Condor. Kephart. Looking a bit battered at the minute. So I've been testing this since the end of June, maybe the end of June. So maybe we're 2 months of testing for this. And guys, it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is a nice knife. It has a nice sheath. Hey, Bernicus, why are you going at that old girl down there for? What are you going at her for? What are you going at her? What is it? Oh, I know. So it is completely functional. It works as it's supposed to. But I just think this is not really the knife for me. This is what I think. Hey, bro. So I do like a bit of a beefier knife. Do you know what I mean? Like something that just feels a wee bit bigger, and bigger's not even the word, guys. Something that just feels more substantial. You know, I do sometimes feel like that I would break this knife if I really went at it like I do with other knives. But for what I'm doing at Red Branch, it is standing up very, very well. But the jury's still out on it. I think maybe if I could get a Kephart style blade that was just maybe 3mm thick or 3.5mm thick. I was looking at the Joker knives, but I never got around to pulling the trigger on one of those. And they do look nice, and they have nice handles, and you know, so an olive wood, and I do like a good wood handle. So maybe that is something that I should test for the winter. Now, you know it, you love it, you know how much I love it. This has been in my pocket all summer as well, guys, and this is something that I rant and rave about all the time as well. And this is the very well known Baco Laplander. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. It's well made. It does its job very well. It is forgiving, and it's forgiving for kids as well. So I use these down at Red Branch too, and when I'm teaching kids, and the kids, we have 3 different type of folding saws. About 8 of them are Laplanders, and about maybe 4. What are the other ones called? Stanley ones, maybe. Stanley. Now the Stanley are good at cutting now. The kids prefer the Laplanders all the time, you know. And what I like about the Bacos guys or the Laplanders is that if the kids catch the blade in the kerf, the blade will bend and it won't break. Now, Husqvarna saw. We've been using the Husqvarna saw as well, which is very, very similar in construction to the Silky saws. And I would not be surprised if they weren't made by the same company. But the Husqvarna saws are retailing for about a tenner, a Husqvarna folding saw. And the Silky saws are retailing for about maybe the Silkies run between 40 and 50 quid. But the Husqvarna will outcut the Baco twice as fast at cutting, but the blade snapped. The blade snapped, and that is something that I have heard about when it comes to Silkies, is that they are brittle in the blade. Now, I have used one, I have never owned one, and I have met lots of people who owned them and have broken the blades. Is that user error, or should they change their heat treatment? I don't really know, guys. I don't really know. I know that the Silkies, they definitely cut on the pull, whereas I think the Laplander is a push and pull saw. So I don't know. Bigger, more aggressive teeth, definitely on the Silky. But guys, it is hard to pass up something like that costs you 20 quid. And if you look online at the right time, you can get replacement blades for about £9. I've seen them. Should have bought about 20 of them when I saw them for £9, but I didn't. I absolutely didn't. What a fool I was. Guys, a couple of other things I am testing at the minute, which are not here, but will be coming out in the video, the dog's going mental downstairs, which will be coming out in the video, is I'm testing. I have 3 tarps going head to head at the minute down in Red Branch, all set up in the same configuration and all currently being battered by our summer winds and rain, our August wind and rain that we get every year. That is just so I have the United States Marine Corps field tarp. I have the Australian camouflaged hoochie, and I have a deep British Army DPM Basha, which I know a lot about. So I have a video coming out in them soon as well, a side-by-side comparison on those guys. But it just seems to be, I set the train them up, left them in the woods. They've been there for 2 weeks now, and we'll go back and we'll see what the situation is. Guys, there's no situation. They're standing up really, really well. So they have been seeing a lot of action over the summer as well. Guys, boots at the minute, as you can tell by the wet. Okay, I've been living in my Hayek Scout boots. Before the Scout boots, I was wearing, before the rain came, I was wearing my Mendel's, but my Mendel's actually developed a bit of a problem in and around the toe, and I sent them back, and Mendel are going to fix it for me, so that the Gore-Tex membrane on the inside has actually come off a little bit, and it has crumpled, so it has made a crease on the inside where my toe is. Now, you think to yourself, that's not a big deal. Michael, you're very welcome from the woods, boy. Slight wind. Yeah, it's a rough one. It's a rough one. I actually declined going to the woods this evening. I said, nah. I've been in the woods all week, so what that means is that the it just makes a little tiny lump in the Gore-Tex, and you think that's not a big deal, but it is when you're walking, and it just slowly rubs against your toe. So Mendel are pretty cool and took them back and are in the process of stretching them or something. I don't really know. But what I did discover this year, and what I have been wearing, what I did wear on my feet for that big, for that 2 weeks of really hot weather, was the Aturi Desert, British Army Desert boots, which are, I'm sure some of you guys will remember the old high-tech boots that you used to get, the cloth high-tech boots, not the Magnums. I'm talking about the high-tech hiking boots that came out in the 80s and early 90s. They were sort of like the first lightweight hiking boot. Not the V-lights or anything like that. I'm going back further than that. Further. Probably late 80s. They are very similar to them. They are extremely comfortable, but quite a narrow sole on them, I found. The boot itself is not narrow, but the sole, I found, is a little bit narrow. But after a couple of weeks of wearing them, they're like runners by. Jesus. Very comfy. Very, 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 very comfy. And the one other thing, guys, that I just sort of want to talk is about when it comes to gear is ferro rods. Ferro rods. Guys, I have like 12 kids a week using ferro rods and stuff like that. Using ferro rods a lot for one, like for 4 hours for one day, a couple of hours then a few other days as well. Like, so they get a lot of abuse. So I have recently haven't been able to buy bulk ferro rods until 2 weeks ago. And what I did, guys, was I ordered the Bushcraft store ferro rods. You guys in the UK are well aware of who the Bushcraft store is. Now they have changed their ferro rods. You can no longer, but you can still bulk buy, but you used to be able to bulk buy, and the price per ferro rod would go down depending on how many you buy. But you can't do that anymore. They are now wooden handled. They're still orange. They're wooden handled. This is one of the big ones. This is the Fat Boy or something you call it. Now I got this one for myself because I use it. I use a ferro rod a lot, you know, when I'm teaching and stuff. So, but the other ones, guys, the quality. they're a fiver each, right? So they used to be a fiver each, but if you buy two, the price goes down, and you buy 30, the price goes way down. But there's none of that. They are unbelievable. They are so good. Like, they are not far off this size. This is quite a big ferro rod. Like, it's half an inch thick. Do you know what I mean? Half an inch thick, 7 centimeters long. You know, it's a serious piece of ferro rod. Do you know what I mean? So I think that was about 7 or 8 quid. I was buying 30, you know, and I thought, I'll get a nice big fat one for myself. Stick that in my pocket, and I'll keep using that. So, guys, I'm super impressed. I haven't put them into rotation yet. They're still sitting in a bag here. So what I'll do at the end of the season is I will go back and I will I'll take ferro rods out. Well, I'll take the really racked ferro rods out of my bag, of my box. Sorry. These are the sort of racked ones that we have there, and these are actually these are the eBay ones. $2.99 on eBay, $2.99, $3.99 on eBay, and I tell you, if you can get your hands on these are good. These are actually so good that I give my long-term bushcraft group, I give them all ferro rods. And they came back the week later, and we were doing more stuff with ferro rods, and they all were like, Wally, can we swap our ferro rods for these ones? So they had the Bushcraft store ones, and they swapped them for these Chinese, ship them from China, $2.99 ferro rods, because they like these better. And these were racked. They weren't new. These were racked, and they took the racked ones over the brand new Bushcraft store ones, which is just a little bit interesting, I thought. Interesting, but I wonder how they would get on with the new ones. But but that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I would have a lot of kids would go through the box and pull out these big longer ferro rods because they find them easier to use. And I tell you, but sometimes I find they can trick the kids a little bit. This is what I find. One of the common issues I find with kids using ferro rods is what I call strumming. I don't even know what it is. Basically, it's this. So when somebody is using a ferro rod and they set the angle to scrape it, when they start scraping down, they turn their wrist and they're not scraping it. So they make a spark from here to here. Okay, and that spark will fall down the ferro rod, but when it gets to the bottom, it's not hot enough to do anything. And so because they're scraping like this and turning, there's no spark from here to here. Okay, it's really common. I see kids do it every week, every group. There's people doing it, and they do it more with these because they're longer. Okay, so strumming sort of tricks them, sort of fools them into thinking that they're doing everything right, and it's just not working. So it can be frustrating for them. So that's something that I find with the longer ones. But there's a couple of easy ways to fix it. Like you can get them to start their stripe halfway down, or what I like to do is I like to get them to stick out their little finger. So when they set up to do the strike, they stick out their little finger, and if they can see their little finger when they're striking, that means they're strumming. But if they strike the whole way down and keep it at the same angle, they're not strumming. So they're making proper sparks. But yeah. Oh, and do you know what else? What else has been good is the British Army stuff. The British Army sleeping bags and sleep systems. British Army modular sleep system. Yeah, it's good gear, boy. It's good gear. Just pure vodka tonight, guys. Just pure vodka. Sparkling water. So, where are we going?
Not you.
Not me. I'm never
Can I
late.
say hello?
There's a sleepover happening here tonight, guys. Sleepover.
3 other grows. Hello from Germany. Hello.
Peppy, Michael.
Peppy.
It's a red branch live. We're talking about gear, outdoor gear.
I heard you say stick out your pinky. Are you talking about strikers?
Yeah, I'm talking about ferro rods. Talking about the Bushcraft.
These are good ones.
Yeah, that's what I said. So.
My dad's on a live.
Hey, look, no, they can't come up.
I can say hi, but don't come up. Oh my gosh.
Right, where you go. So yeah. The house full of women. Just me and Bruno. I think me and Bruno might sneak off. Maybe I should have went to the cabin. It would have been super dark, but well, here, look. This is quite cool. Where is it? Michael, you're out in the woods at the minute, buddy. I got one of these. Do you know, I was sick and tired of crappy lanterns and going on to Amazon and buying these lanterns. You know, you buy them for $10 each and you know, and you pull them out and everything, and they just never last and they never really work that good. So I bought a Coleman lantern. Thought I owed it to myself. There's a dog locked somewhere now, right? So it wasn't very expensive. It was 20 quid, but this is like, you know, those other El Cheapo lanterns feel El Cheapo. This thing is solid, boy, absolutely solid. I go back over here, quick break. 2 seconds. 600 lumens or something. I don't know, boy. It's a good one. It's really good. It's quite lightweight. Oh, Marlon, sorry, buddy. Sorry. Yes. I was running a little late, and I decided to. Oh, I've been messing with gear all day and finishing up on Red Branch and stuff, and I thought I'd come on and do a little bit of a gear talk and stuff like that. So, but listen, I've been waffling about gear for half an hour. So listen, I'm open to any topic you want to bring up. I do have a dog stuck somewhere that I need to rescue, but hang on. Hey, Bruno. Bruno, what you doing? Good job. Come on, you're all right. Good job. So the dog is actually just self-rescued. So it's Bruno. He's well fit for self-rescue. All right, Bruno. Yeah. So, Ginge, you're very welcome. Everybody, guys. It's good to have some people on. I just have been waffling away there about outdoor gear and what outdoor gear I have been using for the summer. So, a couple of surprises, a couple of things. Everything has performed very well. This is the overall thing. Everything has performed very well. Some has performed exceptionally well. Way better than I thought, guys. And in just to summarize it, basically the stuff that I'm testing from Varstalika, the clothes, so the smock and smock/anorak and the outdoor trousers have been absolutely unbelievable, especially the anorak. And I also got a new Woolies World coat, guys. If we wanna go down that, let's go look at some Woolies World gear, maybe. Not outdoor gear, but workwear. So a lot of people. I've a couple of videos on Woolies World, guys, about Carhartt gear. Pat, how's it going? You're very welcome, Pat. I forgot to post your torch. I'm sorry, I forgot to post your torch. But it's here. It's all boxed up. It's ready to go. I'll get it in the post on Monday because there's no post. Post tomorrow. So I have a couple of videos, 3 videos, 3 videos on Carhartt gear and stuff like that on Wally's World. And it is they are such high performing videos, especially coming into this time of year when people are starting to think about what to wear for working in the winter and the cold environments and stuff like that. So I've been promising myself a good coat, a good Carhartt coat, a good work coat. Do you know what I mean? So the 2 Carhartt jackets I have were secondhand. So I only paid, I think I paid 20 quid, £20 sterling for one and £25 sterling for the other, which is a remarkable amount of money to pay for a Carhartt jacket, especially here. So I went and I bought myself a new Carhartt jacket. Do you want to see it? Would you like to see it? I think that there could be a 60-second delay on the chat. Do you know that? Let's time it. Do you think I could sit here and not talk for 60 seconds? Jesus Christ. So it's still back to the winter, guys. This is the thing. Like it feels like winter here, but this jacket is so, yeah, agreed. Unless it's lashing. Do you know what I mean? I'll show you the coat, guys. Get some light. So I brought 2 up. This is my old one. This is my new one. Hey, Bruno. Hey, Bruno. What do you think of that? It's warm, boy. It is so warm. Hey, Bruno. Oh. It is warm. It's too warm. It's too warm for this time of year. You know, because it's definitely a winter coat. You know, so it is the Sherpa lining, you call it. So it's like a video for this coming out on Sunday, guys. So it's warm. I'm even warm. Right. Okay, so that's it. That's the Carhartt Bartlett jacket, right? So this is the old, well-known and loved active jacket. But I tell you one thing about it. There's a much better zip on this. Good zip. There's nothing wrong with that one. This one just feels so much better. But that came during the week. I was very excited. I was very excited about getting a new coat, even though I already own. Grumpy Toe, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Even though I already own 856 coats, as you can see by this is actually my overflow coat rack. So yeah, I'm gonna turn that light off again. Sorry. But it's nice. It's like my fancy coat, my good coat. You know, everybody has a good coat. It stays good for about a year, and then it sort of gets relegated into the not so good coat area. You know, this will be the coat that you wear out. You know. I tell you what it is, Pat. The older one is worn in. There definitely is a stiffness issue with the new coat. But I tell you, the difference is this, right? I'll show you side by side. Okay, so this is the Bartlett's heavy as well. It's a heavy coat. So if we look at this zip, right? See that? Do you see the difference? See that? I'll try and get the two of them up side by side for you. This is like a child zipper, right? That makes sense? Look at how chunky this one is compared to this one. So, probably never be an issue or anything like that. Yeah, bit of beeswax, bit of beeswax will do the business. It's not it's not stiff or anything, lads. It just feels so much lighter. Just feels like a more lightweight zip compared to the. Now they're both YKK zips and stuff like that, so I'm not expecting them to fail, but it just feels like the active jacket has got a much more heavy duty zip than the Bartlett jacket, and it is stiff. That's my first. It's my first new Carhartt jacket. Everything else I've had has been pre-owned, so bought it off eBay for cheap. So which is, get them where you can, So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to wear it all through the winter, see how I get on, pros and cons and stuff like that, and the usual crack. Give it a good 6-month test, and probably never wear anything else for the whole of the winter. So, but guys, it's getting back to fire season. It's getting back to chainsaw season. It's getting back to all those things. So I'm still miles ahead on my Red Branch videos at the minute than I am compared to my Wally's World videos. But that is always the way it went. I always was banging out, 15% more bushcraft videos in the summer than hey Bruno, what is it? Bruno wants to go outside because there's 4 girls in the tent. Bruno, come on over, say hello. Bruno, what did you get, Pat? Come on, you need it. Bruno, come here, say hello. Come here. Are you going that side, you weirdo? Oh, look, that's you. What is it? What'd you get, Pat? Come on. I have not got my chainsaws back, guys. I haven't got my chainsaws back. I've been ringing this guy and I can't get through to him, and I called the shop and the shop was closed. It's yellow. It's a McCullough. Or the McCullough, the yellow ones, the Bucking loves. Something like that is something that you don't see here. Never, ever, ever in my life. Oh no, I lie. I have seen one, a top handle McCullough chainsaw, probably from the very early 80s. And I was so impressed with it. I took a picture, I sent it to Buck, and the Buck said, "Run away, just run away. It's no good. It's absolutely terrible. Stay away from them. They're no good." You got 2. What'd you get? Just had a big kebab as well. Come on, Pat, spill the beans. Let us know. I wonder, is there any way to speed up? Oh, a Pro Mac 1010. They're Buchan's favourite, aren't they? Sorry, I'm carving my table. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any. Oh, do you know what I did get? I got a new axe. Did you see the picture? I put up on the community section of Woolies World? I got a new axe. I've been promising myself to get a new axe, right? Something for the channel, because I wanted to. What am I doing here? I wanted to. What did I want to do? I wanted to test something out all the time. I've always wanted to get back into getting a heavier maul, right? So I got one of these Fiskars 2.5 kg mauls. Can you see that okay? Yeah? I don't know what that is in pounds. I'll tell you now. £5.5. Doesn't seem too heavy to me. £5.5. I just wanted to try a heavier maul for a little while, just to see if it makes that much difference. Put them head to head. These are the ones that are recommended by the recommended. Who was somebody telling me? By the Arthritis Council of America or something. Because they're very good for shock absorbing, whatever, isocore or something like that in the handle. What do you think of them, Pat? Are they good? Are they heavy enough? I don't mind swinging a heavy maul. I really don't, as long as it's good long handle, you know. And I also have got back one of my first El Cheapo mauls, you know, because my brother went away and he left me. He gave me back stuff that he had got off me. So I've got another maul back. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4. I now have 5 mauls. I went from having 1 to having 5 in 6 months. No, this one's not hollow. This is not hollow, Pat. It's oh, hang on. Go away. It's not hollow. It's this is the. I don't know what model it is or anything. It's not hollow. I don't think it's hollow. Tell you the truth, it's a big fat one. It's really fat. So it's like an old school maul. You know what I mean? So it's too wet. I might get out and swing it tomorrow. I don't know. I'll do a video on it. See what I feel like, or see what it feels like. I'm assuming it's going to be more similar to the old mauls I used to use before I went with the Hultifers and stuff like that. Before I went all fancy, you know what I mean. So, but it definitely feels like it has a bit of weight to it. So, what did I say it was? 2.5 kg. 2.5 kg does not sound that heavy to me. This is the thing. It really doesn't. 2.5 kg to pound. 5.5 pound. Yeah. I sort of feel like I would prefer like a 10-pound maul. What's the heaviest maul you guys can get over there in the States? We don't, you know, we don't get a lot of what would be the word? There's not a lot of selection over here. Do you know what I mean? We don't get a lot of selection. It's not the way it goes. So you're sort of stuck with what you can get. So this Fisker stuff, I have to buy this online, and it's not like I think that's the heaviest one to have. Do you know what I mean? There's no wood in this, eh? There's definitely no wood in that part. That's all. Maybe it is. It's got a big rubber strike guard at the bottom. Does that make sense? An over strike guard. It's not, yeah, strike guard, over strike guard, whatever you want to call it. But might get that out and swing that for you tomorrow. £15. Jesus Christ. £15. Did you swing it? You won't know why your back's wrecked. Swinging a £15 maul will do that to you. Hey, Jesus. £15. I'd say £10 would be heavy enough. I don't think the handle, it's composite handle, yeah. I don't think £10 would do. £10 would be a good workout. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you're swinging them all, you're splitting the wood, and you're getting a decent workout out of it. Whereas the other ones, like that feels heavier than the Husqvarna one. Maybe I need to get these things together and I need to weigh them and see what they actually do weigh, because I definitely feel like that feels heavier. I definitely want a heavier one. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to try the heaviest maul I can get and see if there is much difference in weight versus rate. You know, the lighter ones. Can you swing the lighter ones faster? You know, to get more momentum? Does it strike deeper? Does it split easier that way, or is it the weight behind them all that is doing the work for you as well? But sure, listen, that's something for you guys to think about, because I am going to leave this live feed right there. I know some of you guys come on late, but 47 minutes of me yakking. Guys, I spent for you guys that sort of joined on late, I spent the first 28 odd minutes talking about outdoor and bushcraft gear. So if you just want to watch back, it's all there. And some very surprising and some very good gear I've been testing over the summer that has exceeded all my expectations. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. And next week we are going to go Wally's World. And I'm open to topics, guys. I'm always open to topics. So if you, maybe I'll put something up in the community and I'll give you guys a week to sort of have a think about it and on Wally's World. And you can decide some topics on what we want to talk about, just to make it a wee bit less random. Might get more interest and stuff, and try and build up the numbers a little bit moving into the winter when the nights are closing in and people tend to spend more time on YouTube anyway. Does that make sense, Pat? Because there's so many of them, Marlon. I know that's the thing. Like, so many nice ones as well. You know, so Sledge and wedge has its place, boy. I have to say, I have a £10 sledge, and I do enjoy swinging it and busting. I'm busting wedges with it as well. So, yeah, I wonder, could you get a £10 splitting maul? Yeah, sorry, boys. Sorry, completely lost track of time. We got to sleep over here, so I've been running around all evening getting stuff organized and putting up tents and getting stuff organized out in the garden. So I just saw, and then I had to go get dinner and all. So it sort of had to half slipped my mind, to tell you the truth. So what we'll do is we'll definitely get it. We'll nail it down for next Friday, and if there's any change to the schedule, I'll let you guys know in the community section. Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes that can be tough, boy. It's like going to walk, when you go to walk down a step that's not there. I know it sounds mental, but yes, trust me. Guys, listen, stay frosty. Get your thinking hats on. Let's go woodworking, wood splitting, chainsaws, whatever you want next week on Wally's World. I will put something up in the comment in the community section, guys. No, what's a monster maul? Oh, have I? Is that the big red wedge thing? do you mean respond? I'll come down and I'll get you in that tent. Guys, Alicia's Films is the girls that are camping in my garden. Sawmilling lumber with a hatchet. Yes, Pat, I have forgotten all about that. Oh, and Leah too. Hi, girls. So Lily, Ava, Alicia, and Leah, girls, you better be going to sleep soon because I am ending this live stream now. Okay, guys, everybody, thanks very much for watching. Girls, stay frosty.